No one is responsible for your happiness but you. One of the things that I have leaned all the way into is taking personal responsibility for my happiness, for my well being, for my happiness, for my life. Um, I look at old journals, even as far back as 10 years ago, and I was constantly asking, Lord, where is my life? Like, what happened to it? Where is the life that I dream of? Where's the life that I want so badly to live? And I would ask that question like it was going to show up on my front doorstep and ring the doorbell like, hey girl, I'm here. I heard you've been looking for me. But what I found out is that the life that you want to live doesn't just show up on your doorstep magically, but that you have to make it happen. And it's not that I didn't know that I had to make my life happen. For so long, I just really did not know how to make it happen. But what I know now is that there is no one way, there's no magic bullet. You just have to be willing to show up in spaces, to walk through open doors, to even show up when it's uncomfortable. And some things will work out and some things won't. Some things you will enjoy, some things you won't. Some things you'll be so happy you took the risk on, and some things you'll be like, I won't do that again. But the joy of living is walking through all of that and finding out what works for you and what doesn't. One of the rewards of taking personal responsibility for my own happiness and my own well-being has been my initiation into Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. And I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, I cannot tell you all how excited I am to be a part of this illustrious sisterhood. It has been life-changing, and I'm just so grateful and thankful. And see, some people will hear this and think it's about being part of an elite organization, or it's just about being a part of a sorority. But you have to understand that this open door speaks to God redeeming the time, speaks to an overall story of redemption, of becoming who I should have been a long time ago, or who I thought I should have been, and even forgiving myself for not being who I thought I should be in college and undergrad. But anyway, that's a long story. We'll get into that at some future point. I just want you to know that I am truly excited, and I can't wait to share with you a lot of those adventures. I mean, as we speak right now, I am still recovering, because this past weekend I went with my line sister to MGM at the National Harbor here in the DMV area, and we went to the Kappa takeover, and the Kappas took over. Okay, I mean, they had that whole venue on lock, but we had the best time. We just had such a great time, and just being out, meeting people, seeing so many beautiful melanated people, having fun, enjoying each other's company, enjoying good food, enjoying great music. It was such a great time. And no, I did not have to be a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha in order to attend the Kappa takeover, but I would not have known about it. You understand what I'm saying? I would not have known about it. And even if I knew about it, I probably would have been too shy or too apprehensive or timid to attend, or even I would have felt like I had to attend by myself. So one of the gifts that AKA has given me is a bunch of line sisters, and I got to attend this past weekend with one of my line sisters, as well as a host of other events. So there's so much to share. There's so many updates, and in the weeks to come, I'm going to share all of those things with you. But more than anything, I think for today, it was important for me to hop on because I wanted you all to know what I have come to discover myself when it comes to my life and taking personal responsibility for my happiness. And that's number one. No one is responsible for your happiness but you. You can't blame your spouse, you can't blame your kids, you can't blame your friendship circle, you can't blame your family if you are not happy, okay? And I know in the church world, because y'all know I'm a preacher, when you talk about being happy, people preach against being happy because you got to have something happy happening in order to be happy, and that you should have joy. Well, I got all of that, and I feel you on all of that. But for real though, I am interested in my happiness, and I believe God is interested in me being happy as well. Because for a long time, I was just existing and I wasn't living because I was waiting, thinking that it was somebody else's responsibility or I needed someone else's permission. That's what it really is. I felt like I needed somebody else's permission to do the things that would make me happy. But the truth is, only you are responsible for your happiness. And truthfully, only you can give yourself permission to do what it is that you need to do to pursue your own happiness. Yes, I know that some of the changes that you make will undoubtedly be uncomfortable for those in your life, those who are closest to you and those who love you. But if people in your life truly love you, they would want you to evolve and to grow, and they would not hold you back for selfish reasons. And so that was a realization that I had to come to and be willing to deal with the discomfort of what it means to grow and to grow in the direction of my happiness. I also realized that I had to be willing to diversify my circle. That meant that I had to be open to getting to know new people, to letting new people into my personal space. That doesn't mean I'm not still discerning. That doesn't mean that I am not still a hugely private individual, okay? But at the same time, I also had to understand that discernment also means that I have to see when God is sending people into my life to be a blessing to my life, and when God is sending me into somebody else's life, when God is making a connection and establishing a relationship that needs to happen. And so that has happened in a number of ways, and I'm really excited about it, especially after years of working in isolation, teaching online, and primarily my work happening behind a computer. Then when my life got full, the pandemic happened, and then we were all sent home behind computers. And so it has just been a rocky road for me in that regard. And I was really longing for connection and engagement. And so this has given me part of that back, and I'm very excited about it. But I had to learn that it was okay to diversify my circle, to let some people in, to have new experiences with new people, and that it was not necessarily a rejection or betrayal of anyone who was already in my life, but that God was just expanding my circle. And so that's been exciting. That's been really great. I have enjoyed that. Most of all, I am just excited to feel alive, not just because of Alpha Kappa Alpha, but because of what I now understand about my own happiness, my own life, my own personal responsibility, assuming agency, which is something you are going to hear me talk about a lot, assuming agency in my life and doing what I need to do to find fulfillment in my life and step into my purpose. So that's all I have. I just wanted to hop on, say hey. Many years ago when I started my blog, I used to end all of my videos by saying, write your life and live it. And that's exactly what I've been off doing in the time that I've been absent from this space. I've been writing the narrative of my life and taking the steps to live it out so that it would manifest and materialize in real time, in the natural, I should say, so that it would materialize and manifest in the natural and not just the spiritual. So until the next time we meet here, hopefully in this space, remember to write your life and live it.